Hello everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about unsuccessful pairings. For today's video, I have my Super Dalmatian pairing. This is Rodrigo, and this is Marmalade. They are both Phantom Tiger Super Dalmatians, and we have just hatched their first babies a few days ago. It took us about 4 months to collect eggs from these guys after pairing them up in January. We paired them up and we didn't get any eggs until April or even May. So it was a long time. And I talked about this pairing in the last video, saying how I didn't look for eggs every single day since I knew that she was not gravid. And I showed you guys how to know if a crested gecko is gravid or not. And someone in the comments asked me if I could talk a bit more about this pairing and what happened, why they didn't lay and stuff like that. So Rodrigo here, we didn't know this when we bought him, but he only has one hemipene. He can still fertilize the eggs of female crested geckos, but he only has one hemipene. So after he was healed, when we already got him, he was already healed. So after it was healed, he could still breed. He was breeding for another person before us. He was really excited when breeding time came. He was always going towards the female immediately, so we did not think anything about it at first. Then I realized that he only had one hemipene, and that's probably the reason why it took him so long to fertilize her, because he kept trying through the side that he didn't have a hemipene. And as you might know, as far as I've seen, crested geckos the male will go on top of the female, and then they would kind of like choose a side to go to. And if that guy chooses that side, he will only take out one hemipene, the one that is on that side. And the thing is, he did not have a hemipene on that side. So when he eventually tried it with the other side, that's when we got a successful lock and eggs 4 months later, and the eggs are hatching now. So I was really concerned about this pairing as well as a different pairing. When I first started crested geckos, it was late into the breeding season, so they were not into that mood anymore. And everywhere that I looked it up, people were like, maybe just some crested geckos don't like each other. Maybe just try to not, or just stop trying with those two. They're not gonna do it if they didn't do it by now, stuff like that. And they were not getting into specifics like it's not breeding season yet, wait till January or February or whatever. So when I eventually learned that, I stopped trying, and then I waited for January to pair them up. That's when I saw a really big desire to mate with the females. And then in this case, I also tried talking about it on Reddit, I think. As I've stated before, I hate Reddit. It's a really bad source of information. People are going to be super aggressive for no reason, and they don't know anything. If you have a problem, it's better to go to a YouTuber like me and ask it in the comments, and the YouTuber will make a video or a short response. But if you go to Reddit, you're gonna find people that don't know anything. So don't go there. It's really bad for getting information, and they're probably gonna try to talk you out of breeding, or they're gonna blame you for some reason. So just don't ever go to Reddit for crested gecko stuff. So with this, guys, I just kept trying. I put them together in the same enclosure for 4 or 5 months. They're still together, and I'll separate them now in a few weeks when breeding season ends. So they were together for a long time. I kept checking for eggs inside of her for a long time, like once or twice a week, as I showed you in the other video. And one day I started to feel a soft bump. That's where the egg starts to develop. Then the bump became harder and bigger, and one day there was no bump. So I looked in the lay box and I saw eggs. It took me 4 or 5 months, I'm not really sure, to find eggs for her. So, and that was a long time. I posted it on Instagram too, and some people said that pair is not compatible, they might not be able to breed together or stuff like that. So I was concerned. I spent some money on these guys, they're really pretty, and I really wanted to make some Super Dalmatians. In the end, I think it worked out how it's supposed to be, and the truth is, for any single problem you have with crested geckos, it's more common to find an answer and a solution than not. I think crested geckos are very hardy, and with literally any question or problem that you might have, there's a solution, and there's probably a way to fix it. So with these guys, it was just to be patient, in my opinion. I just had to keep trying and seeing if they wanted to mate at some point. He did bite her tail off, and she did lose some weight. She was a really big and fat female. And now that the season ended, we are going to get her back to eating better and being more fatty. But in the end, she produced us, I think, 6 eggs total, which is not great, but it took her a long, long time to start making those eggs. And hopefully, in a few months, we will have a bunch of super nice Dalmatian or super Dalmatian geckos coming from this pairing. He is a lavender. This is the brightest he will fire up. He's really grayish. I love his color, and he is a phantom tiger as well. He's got some portholing as well, and she is yellowish, orangey, super Dalmatian with some big spots, and she is also a tiger underneath the phantom, I'm pretty sure. So I'm really excited to hatch some babies out of these guys. I have already hatched 2. They're both phantoms. They look really red for some reason, but they're getting more tan now. And they have very few spots, but they are coming as they age. I've already seen some spots coming in this week and a half that they have been alive. So I'm pretty sure that with age, they will develop a lot of spots. So that's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments and let me know if this video was helpful. If it was, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.